It can be difficult for any of us to remember something that someone tells us. But when we talk, we are more interested, more invested, more active. So let's see how this works in tutoring math.
Now, let's work on some math problems. Last week, you were doing problems on page 24, and those problems dealt with adding numbers with decimals. Did you get time to do some more of those types of problems?
Yeah, I did some of them, and I checked them, and I got them all right.
Glad to hear that. If I'd like you to pick one and then explain to me how you solved it.
Anyone?
Oh, sure. You choose which problem.
Okay, let's see.
What if I didn't know how to do this problem? Would you be able to tell me and explain to me step by step?
Well, yeah, you need to write it this way.
What way is that?
With the decimal points lined up.
Yes, with the decimal points lined up. And the 7, though, the 7 doesn't have a decimal point. How did you know where to line it up?
Well, you need to put it at the end.
Now the learner is working on being able to read a math problem given in words, what we used to call story problems or word problems, and figure out what to do to solve it.
Okay, now that you read the problem to me, tell me what the situation is.
I don't get it.
Well, what does the person want to do?
Buy a camera.
Will he have to pay full price for the camera?
No.
Okay, no, he won't. What do you see here in the problem that says he won't have to pay full price for the camera?
Well, it says 1/3 off.
Yes, it says 1/3 off. Okay, have you ever seen a sign in a store like that?
Yes.
Okay, then what I want you to do is to write those words now. 1/3 off.
1/3 off.
Great, 1/3 off. What do you think that means?
When the learner admitted she didn't get it, the tutor started to break the problem into smaller chunks until she could begin to figure it out. Did you notice how the tutor asked questions?
So what happened in those two situations? Think about how the tutor got the learner talking. Remember the questions the tutor asked and how the learner was able to separate his thoughts? This is a great way to help our learners. When they are having trouble, break the learning into smaller chunks that they can understand. To help you in your tutoring, VLP will lend you a workbook or even two. Most of them are very easy to follow, and they concentrate on helping the learner understand the concept, that's comprehension, as well as some practice to help them remember it, that's retention, and then exercises to allow the learner to see how the concept is used, that's application. Let's see what this might look like. The next 3 slides are all part of one page from a typical VLP Math workbook. Suppose the next page you and your learner get to is about estimation. You can read the explanation together and then see what the learner already knows about this. Ask the learner to give you a couple of examples of when he or she uses estimation in everyday life. You might have to give a couple of clues or prompts to get this going. Remember, get that conversation going. Just pause the video if you need more time to read this. Let's go on to the next part of the page. Then there will be a few examples that you can work through together, talking about each one. Take a look and think about how you might talk through each one with the learner. Just pause the video if you need more time. Okay, now on to the next part. And here's the most important part. Give the learner some time to do some exercises independently and to explain the concept back to you. Ask the learner how he'll use this, how he'll take it to his life. Please pause the video if you'd like more time to think. So now you see how the VLP workbooks can help you with your tutoring. Here are some of the questions our tutors ask the most. Can the learner use a calculator? Well, it depends. Our learners really do need to know how to solve math problems with and without a calculator. Knowing how to use the calculator is a critical skill for life and work. Your VLP specialist will let you know what calculator use is required or appropriate for your learner. However, it is a great idea to have your learner use the calculator to check the work. That gives them immediate feedback and independence. What's on the GED test? You may or may not have a learner who is preparing for the GED test. Rest assured that your VLP specialist will lend you study materials that are appropriate for what your learner needs and at the level that your learner can do. If it's the GED test, then your VLP specialist will be sure to let you know the kinds of items that are on that test. What if I'm not comfortable tutoring math? Don't worry, VLP won't ask you to tutor anything that you aren't comfortable with. Remember, you'll know what the learner needs before you even accept the tutoring assignment, and you can say yes or no. And finally, please give this some thought. So many of our learners are like this. No wonder they aren't doing well in math. Congratulations, you've completed the math module. Please contact us if you have any questions or concerns. Your next step is the tutoring reading module. Keep your paper and pen handy for jotting down your thoughts.